What's going on?
Oh yeah.
Uh, all right, there goes the notification. So yeah, we on with a new video, man. What's going on, everybody? Back with another conscious approach video. My name is JV Wins, joined once again by my boy Dogon SS. Few things percolating throughout the stratosphere that we wanted to talk about, try and discuss what's going on logically, consciously, what's going on in the streets. So first up, there's a few topics in the sports world that we wanted to hit on, and then we also wanted to talk about one of our, hot girl summers in the street currently in the music industry, Doja Cat, because she's receiving some interesting attention in light of some Instagram social media thirsting that she was put on blast for engaging in very embarrassing fashion. But before we get to that, we want to talk real quick about some of this sports stuff, man, because some of this stuff is just amusing at this point. So, obviously, if you follow sports, you know what's going on with the Lakers. Brief history, real quick. During the offseason last year, LeBron James very famously advocated to get Russell Westbrook onto the Lakers. I think anyone who knows anything about basketball was wondering why he would do that. From a play style standpoint, their styles did not necessarily fit. And the whole thing combined with Anthony Davis not being reliable because he is injury prone. I think it is fair to say that is the rhetoric on Anthony Davis's career, even going back to New Orleans. He's always been an injury prone guy. But Anthony Davis's injuries combined with an inept roster from a skill and fit standpoint, and LeBron also getting hurt himself throughout the course of the season at various points, led to the Lakers not even making the playoffs. So now there's all this hoopla about getting rid of Westbrook because he doesn't fit. Apparently, everybody believes LeBron runs the team, not management. Supposedly, the Lakers are in serious talks about getting my good buddy Kyrie Irving, and Russell Westbrook is apparently involved with that. So the reason why we wanted to talk about this real quick is because there was a Lakers Summer League game a few days ago, and both Westbrook and LeBron were at the game, but they were sitting on opposite ends of the court, and they did not associate with one another at all. And all of the talking heads and the opinion shows were talking about how all of these people went up to say what's up to LeBron while he was at the game, but Russell Westbrook kept his distance. And it was noticeable that Westbrook stayed away from LeBron. And so now everybody's making a big deal out of whether there's some beef going on between the two of them, because if the Lakers are trying to get rid of Westbrook, it is at the behest of LeBron. And so there's some shakiness going on there. So that's the background on that. LeBron, Westbrook, drama, beef, Lakers, Kyrie Irving is even ancillarily involved, blah, blah, blah. So did you have was there anything that you made about that particular situation? There just seems to be a lot of loudness and drama when it comes to the Lakers, and it's just kind of aggravating.
Yeah, it's a lot of drama and stuff like that with the Lakers and LeBron. So when LeBron goes to the Lakers, it's just bone on bone. There's all kinds of friction going on. So with this situation here, I really feel like it's overhyped for sure. I feel like the opinions not the opinions, I guess the perspectives that people are trying to say, oh, maybe it's this or maybe there's. Yeah, man, these guys clearly them not sitting, next to each other and them being in the same arena and knowing that they're both there and then them going out of their way not to converse. I wouldn't read more into it than that. But of course, talking media folks and stuff like that are going to say, oh, they don't like each other, it's this or that. And hey, man, it was a wild little situation over there. But honestly, I feel as though I'm looking in LeBron's direction. I'm not blaming him, but he's a grown man. He's a big man, and he knows right from wrong. And I'm really expecting him to actually, hey man, that's how he feels, but I'm gonna go over there and bury the hatchet and be the bigger man. But he didn't do that. I'm not mad at him, but I feel like he'd be the one that would actually, go in that direction. But how you feel about it?
Yeah, LeBron has, and one of the things that has always annoyed me about LeBron, amongst others, but one of the bigger things that's always annoyed me about LeBron is he is intentionally passive aggressive. So he is able to, and it's kind of, he has perfected the art of being passive aggressive to the point in which the media will never side on the opposing end of his passive aggressiveness. So whatever he decides to do, the very pro LeBron media is always going to give LeBron the benefit of the doubt. When in other situations, if other players were being passive aggressive in that same way, those guys would get criticized for being passive aggressive. But because it's LeBron, it's like, well, he's doing it for this reason, and therefore we need to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like last year, LeBron wanted Westbrook on the team. And why? I don't know. That didn't make any sense. But the reason why it's a story now is because last year at Summer League, they sat next to each other. And they were palling around and making jokes and laughing and doing all of their stuff that they do. And now all of a sudden they're at opposite ends of the court. And it just looks weird whenever you juxtapose it to what was going on last year. But I just kind of feel like LeBron is a mad scientist. I think LeBron orchestrates everything. And he gets to play the denial card because he knows the media will give him the benefit of the doubt. So if someone were to ask him, yo, are you, involved with making moves to get rid of Westbrook from the Lakers? He would just say, no, I'm a player, and I don't know why y'all keep bringing that up because the Lakers run the team, and I'm a player on the team. I give my input when asked, but otherwise, I'm just a guy on the team. But in reality, he is actually pulling these strings. And he just passive aggressively lies about it. And somebody like Westbrook, who himself can have a rather explosive personality and is not passive aggressive at all, he probably reads the tea leaves and he's just saying, well, I'm not going to embarrass myself publicly by going at LeBron. Rather, I'm going to distance myself and wait until the dust settles. If I'm still on the Lakers after the dust settles, then so be it. And if they trade me, then so be it. But I definitely think that there's something to make of it. But I think that what is to be made of it comes from LeBron's end, quite frankly. But, he'll never get criticized for it because like I said, the pro LeBron media will always give him the benefit of the doubt, even when he's being passive aggressive. And I think in this instance, it's classic LeBron passive aggressiveness. Now I want this guy gone. You need to make this happen, but I'm also going to benefit from plausible deniability. So it's classic LeBron in my estimation.
Yeah, and real quick, I just feel like these guys, both of them. I said LeBron initially, but both of them. I feel like both of these guys are in this space of being grown men, having families and stuff like that, and being of a certain age. And having certain responsibilities, I'm pretty sure giving back to the community and other things like that. So these guys have a lot of wisdom between the two of them, and for them to behave that way, it's disappointing. It's not a big deal, but I'm disappointed that they gave the media something to talk about. And if they did feel some type of way about each other, I feel like somebody there, it would have been nice if they would be the bigger man and just come over and be like, hey, what's good, even just for the cameras. And then, but that's, just be respectful. And just like you said, the chumness all last year and, all of that stuff, how LeBron get when you recruiting. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So with all of that, and it turned sour pretty damn fast. So, but I mean, we saw those turnovers. We don't have to say more, but it's a wild situation.
Yeah, I mean, this is it is what it is. LeBron has a history of alienating teammates whenever he feels as though they are no longer beneficial towards his end goal, which is being universally recognized as the greatest player of all time. So, yeah. So, like, it is. I mean, I'm not necessarily castigating blame.
Yeah.
In any regard. And I do agree that it would have been good for the both of them, at least for the sake of public appearances, to be like, yo, what's good?
Right.
But I think that most of this lays at LeBron's feet. But he gets to benefit from what I call the greatest superstar double standard in the history of sports. Even when things don't go out, even when things don't work out based on something that he orchestrated, he'll never actually incur the criticism for it. He'll always be able to sidestep that. And I think he knows that. He's very aware of it, which is why he's so calculated. He is a calculated mad scientist type person.
Oh yeah.
But everybody thinks that he's this benevolent soul, and he is quite the opposite. So I'll leave it at that. It's whatever with LeBron, man. You know, we have a whole other video talking about how I feel about LeBron. But all right, so next up we're gonna talk about KD.